Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today our debate topic is town and cities. Okay, towns and cities are important places where people live, work, and build their future. They bring many benefit, but also some problems. We are as a student, we will explain our side clearly and give reasons to support our stand. Thank you. Okay, we can go through our debate. Okay. Uh I can't take this anymore. I've been stuck in traffic for over an hour just to get home after work. And it's happening every single day. The traffic in KL is so frustrating.
I totally get you, Faisal. It's like the moment you hit the road, you are just in a standstill. The traffic in Kuala Lumpur is so packed. I don't know how people can handle it daily.
I have been thinking about it a lot lately. Maybe life in a smaller place like Taiping or even Langkawi will be a lot less stressful. I'm starting to wonder if city living is really worried.
Oh, absolutely. I've been to places like Taipei, and the difference in pace is huge. You don't have to worry about constantly being stuck in traffic. The air is cleaner, and there is space to breathe. Life just feels calmer and more peaceful.
Yeah, but then in the city, the job opportunities are endless. There are a wide range of companies, industry, and services, which give you a better chance to grow your career. You can get that in small towns.
Exactly. The city offers so much in terms of professional development. It's a hub for businesses, and you are always surrounded by opportunity for career growth. What would I do in a small town with fewer companies? It's all about the networking and access to jobs.
But Faisal and Gila, even though cities offer job opportunities, have you considered the high cost of living? In places like KL, everything rent, food, transportation is expensive. In the countryside, like Taiping or Langkawi, you can live a comfortable life for much less. You get more space, fresher air, and it's less stressful.
I agree with Endang. The peaceful lifestyle in the countryside is unbeatable. You have clean air, plenty of outdoor space, and you are closer to nature. It's easier to live healthier, grow your own food, and take up activities like hiking or farming. There's just a less pressure, less rush.
I see what you're saying, but convenience in the city is hard to beat. You can you can't ignore the accessibilities to shopping malls, restaurants, entertainment, and even public services. Everything you need is so close by. I would want to drive hours just to find a good restaurant or get basic services.
Yeah, in the city, you don't even need a car if you don't want one. The public transport here is amazing. Buses, trains, subway, you can easily get to anywhere without being stuck in the traffic for hours. The convenience in city is unmatched.
True, the city does offer convenience, but that comes with overcrowding and pollution. The air quality is poor, and the constant noise can take a toll on your health. Plus, the stress of dealing with crowded spaces and packed public places is exhausting. In contrast, the countryside offers peace, clean air, and quiet space.
Exactly. There's so much lower cost of living in rural area. You can live in a spacious house with a garden for fraction of the price you pay in the city for a cramped apartment. It also gives you the freedom to enjoy outdoor activities without being surrounded by traffic or noise.
But Hanis, you can't ignore the job market in the city. Yes, the countryside might be peaceful, but there are fewer job opportunities. You have to either relocate or work remotely. In a city like KL, I can walk into business meeting, network with a professional, and constantly advance my career.
Okay. And let's not forget about networking and social life in the city. There are constant event, conference and business expos. You meet people from all over the world. Socializing and building a professional network is so much easier in an urban environment, you know. You wouldn't get the same exposure in a small town.
I completely disagree because in the countryside, the community bonds are much stronger. People actually know each other and care for each other. But in the city, despite being surrounded by so many people, you often feel isolated and disconnected. Community support is smaller town is genuine.
Plus, the environment impact of urbanization is concerning. Urban sprawl leads to the destruction of green spaces and forests. Cities keep expanding, taking up more natural land, which leads to the loss of wildlife and habitat. Living in the countryside allows you to be in harmony with nature, and that's something cities cannot provide.
Urban sprawl is definitely a problem, but it also provides more affordable housing in the suburb. You get a larger homes with garden and yards compared to the small apartment in the city. Plus, when cities expand, it create new development opportunities, which are great for the economy.
That's true, Faizal. But urban sprawl comes with its own set uh, of problems. It leads to car dependency, which cause even more pollution and traffic. The new suburbs are often not well connected to the city center, and people have to drive everywhere, adding to the environmental and infrastructural problems.
In the countryside, you don't have to deal with that. People are not depend on cars. Everything is closer and it's much easier to get around without contributing to the pollution caused by long commutes. And you get to enjoy a slower paced life with the opportunity to build a closer connection with nature.
And have you thought about the cost of expanding infrastructure to accommodate sprawl? The government has to build new roads, extend water and electricity, and provide services like schools and hospitals to the suburbs. That's incredibly expensive. And in rural areas, there's already a self sustained community where people rely more on local resources.
Yes, that's true, Endang. But in the city, urban density can actually be an advantage. More people in one area can lead to better public transport and more efficient use of resources. Cities attract business and that drive economic growth and innovation.
Exactly, Faisal. Dense cities means you get access to better public services, you know, like subways, buses, and trains. People living in dense cities often rely less on cars, which can actually reduce carbon emission compared to suburban living. And think about all the social and cultural opportunities in cities. There's always something happening.
That's true, but the downside is that high density living leads to social inequality. The demand for housing drive up property price, which leave out the lower income population. The wealth gap widen and the working class is pushed out of a prime area.
And yeah, you also lose privacy. In cities, you live in a smaller apartment or shared spaces. There's a lack of personal space, which contributes to stress. In the countryside, you get larger spaces and there's more room to live freely without the feeling of being constantly crowded.
But Endang, with urban density, you get more efficient land use. High density living can prevent urban sprawl, protecting natural areas and farmland. It also means you are closer to everything: jobs, shop, and entertainment. There's less need to travel long distance.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, Faisal. Cities are where businesses thrive, which leads to more job opportunity and a better economy. More people also means more cultural exchange, events and activities. Cities are vibrant and full of life.
But don't you think all this growth come with a price? There are lack of green space in the city. People in high density area often don't have access to park or open space where they can unwind. In contrast, uh, in the countryside, you can enjoy the natural surrounding and breathe easy.
But the truth is, urban sprawl and the overcrowding of cities lead to environmental damage. As cities expand, more land is taken over for housing, and farmland and green spaces are lost. In rural areas, there is still an opportunity to live sustainably and preserve nature.
Yes, I understand your point, Endang, but the future is in smart city planning. If we focus on creating sustainable cities with better infrastructure and urban growth strategies, we can enjoy the benefit of city life without compromising the environment or quality of life.
Yeah, I agree. A hybrid approach is ideal. The city offers convenience and opportunity, but the countryside gives peace and cleaner air. Maybe a balance where you live near the city but not in the middle of it. It's the key, you know?
Right. Last but not least, my our
Cute.
conclusion is I still believe in the city potential to offer opportunities, but we need better urban planning and sustainable growth to make it more livable without compromising quality of life.
So after I conclude everything during our discussion is I think balance is key. The city offer convenience, but the countryside gives peace and fresh air. I would prefer a hybrid lifestyle, close enough to the city but away from the chaos.
So, with all our debate before, I think living in high density area has its perks, but there need to be more consideration for the environment and social inequality. A sustainable future must consider both development and preservation.
And yes, of course, I agree with everyone. Urban sprawl is inevitable, but we need to balance space and nature. Cities should be planned for growth, but with respect for the environment and community spirit. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.